Welcome to lesson 3 of the Flower of Scotland workshop. Again, I got the link below if you want to check out all the lessons of that workshop or other lessons of other tune workshops I got too. And then there's also the link for my new Get Bagpipe Ready Patreon community where you can access videos early before they're published on YouTube and get all kinds of other cool perks and support to help you get bagpipe ready. Here we go with lesson 3. We're going to start on that E that we ended off on in lesson 2. So that's the little chunk of music we're doing this go around. We'll do first no embellishments, then we'll add in those embellishments. So we're already on the E, and I said no embellishments, but now here we have another E right in a row. So we got to separate with something. Here we're going to separate with a E strike. So the ring finger is coming down and right up again. And you kind of need to do this one even if you're not doing embellishments. Otherwise, it'll just sound like a super long E note instead of hearing that second E note. So that's what we're doing. So that ring finger comes down and up. We want it nice and quick like that, but just to start out, if you're having trouble finding the hole, you can slow that down. So you can make it a little bit slower initially, but initially we just want it to be a tap and off. Or eventually, not initially. Well, if you can do it initially. Very well done. So right after doing that, we have a very short E, and then we're dropping down to D. That E to D transition we talked lots about in lesson 1, so you're a pro at that by now. And if you're not, you will be. So we've done the E strike, we drop down to D, then we go back to E. After that E, we go up to F, a much easier transition, just lift up that middle finger. So that's the little bit, get really comfortable with that. And then we can add in the embellishments. So we do have that D throw right after that E strike, the short E going right into the D throw. And we did the E into the D throw in lesson 1. So if you need a breakdown of that, hop over to lesson 1. And after that D throw, we go up to E, no embellishment, and then from E up to F, we will do a G grace note. Much easier than a doubling, but we do have to make sure that grace note comes with the note transition, not before. So this is what we want. This is what we don't want. Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want the grace note to happen before. We want it to happen with the transition. So make sure that top finger lifts up first, and then the second finger lifts up, and then the top finger comes back down. So that's our G grace note going from E up to F. So let me play through this lesson 3 chunk a couple times with embellishments. And then again, check out the links below for the Patreon community, and as well as the workshop lesson link where you can access all the lessons of this workshop and my other tune workshops. And let's talk a little bit about timing after I play through this lesson 3 chunk. One more time, a little bit slower. Good. So I forgot to wear my nice stompy shoes so you don't hear my feet stomping. So hopefully the timing will make sense even without my stompy shoes. So we're going in 6/8 time. So you can see on the top line far left there's a 6, then there's an 8 below it. That tells us 6/8 time. So that tells us there's 6 beats in a bar. And the 8 tells us it's the 8th note that gets the beat. I'm not going to go too much into that here. I just want to give you a sense of where the main downbeats are going to fall. So 6/8 time, it really is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Big beat followed by 2 small beats or lighter beats. Strong, weak, weak, strong, weak, weak, strong, weak, weak, strong, weak, weak. So that's kind of the rhythm. Now what we tend to do is we just tap our foot on the first beat and the 4th beat, those 2 stronger beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's our timing. Da 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 da. So that's the timing, just with my lovely singing of lessons 1 to 2 and 3. And I'll just highlight where you can drop those downbeats. If you're tapping your foot while you're playing is a whole nother skill, but it just hopefully can give you a sense of where you're at in the music. So our first downbeat is actually, in that, before that first bar of music with the D throw, we have these pickup notes. So on the second F, the one with that G grace note, you can mark a little tick above that. That's our downbeat. Our next downbeat, again, we'll have 2 downbeats in a full bar of music. So our next downbeat is our D throw, or our D, that D with the D throw. And then the next downbeat will be that first low A with that E grace note. And maybe I'll just tilt this down a bit. And you hear that note, it actually stretches across downbeats. So the next bar, so it'll be not counting those 3 pickup notes, it'll be the second bar of music. And the bars are just in between those vertical lines you see, crossing the horizontal lines on the sheet music. So that low A gets a downbeat, and then it gets another downbeat at the start of the next bar. And then the D throw gets the second downbeat in that second bar of music. So last bar of music in that top line, the E gets a downbeat, the next E gets a downbeat. We're not doing anything in between there, we're just holding that note for 2 downbeats. And then we hold it for a third downbeat, the first E note of the second line. That's the first downbeat in that bar. And then that D with the D throw gets the second downbeat for that first bar in line 2. And then that F, when we hit that first F with the grace note, that gets a downbeat. It gets another downbeat, and then it gets a third downbeat. So that's, not getting too much into music theory and timing, but just to know where the downbeats fall in the song. Honestly, if it's way too much for your brain to think about right now, just listening to recordings of the Flower of Scotland will help you feel the rhythm. And even if you're not playing along, you're just listening to a recording, be sure to tap your feet, clap your hands, even if you're able to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If the counting's too much, just hum along. Da 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 da. I mean, it's good to understand cognitively what's happening, the number of beats, all that behind it, but really it's by feel. It's by feel with the body. Sometimes switching off the brain we actually do a better job. And sometimes switching off the brain, thinking about your fingers, just listening to a recording of the tune, humming, clapping along, stamp your feet, march along, tap along. The more you move your body, the better. So those are all my quick and dirty tricks on finding the beat for the Flower of Scotland. Can't wait to see you in lesson 4. Check out the link below for all the lessons of Flower of Scotland, as well as my Patreon link where we can get bagpipe ready together. Until next time, happy piping.